Okay, I'm doing some weird shit. Trying to fix the front bar on my dad's NM35 Stagea. I got like one of those mad, oh fucking that light, holy shit. I got one of those mad like the plastic welding kits with the staples and shit in it. I've discovered that the plastic this is made from won't do that. It just breaks off when it heats up. It doesn't remelt, so it's a different kind of plastic. I had my suspicions that that was going to be the case because of the brittleness, like how brittle it is. It just fucking falls apart. So now I'm coming up with something else. So this is what I've got. This is just epoxied on. So what I did was drill a bunch of holes and take down the thickness of the material by this 4-ounce cloth. So this is the back, it won't matter, it'll be loaded up. Use pieces of aluminium to hold it in the right spot. Around here on this side, you can see right through it. See, I'm covering up all of the spider web cracks that are in it, and I've drilled holes to allow the epoxy to go actually through the thing and act like a little bit of a drifter's stitch. If I thinned this material right down and then add epoxy and glass on both sides and smooth it out, hopefully I can get it to a stage where it'll be good. I mean, I can even really sand the whole thing after I'm done and do a layer of epoxy over the whole thing with 4-ounce glass front and back, which might actually be a good idea. It's probably going to be overkill, but it's a really cool car. But Mum just keeps smashing the front end on the fucking gutters because it's low. Other thing I'm doing, this whole front lip has been smashed off, so I'm going to sort of reshape it and bring it up a bit, and I'll make a shape on the front. So you've seen cars where the lip like goes along the front and then dips down to go around the side of the skirt. That's what I'll do with it, and I'll just make it nice and neat, paint the whole thing white, and then it'll be ready for him to sell to me. Got to remember to set my video to 0.5 so you can see shit. So next lot of repairs. You can see how smashed up the bottom edge of this front lip is. It's just really brittle stuff. My dad did a bunch of tape and stuff to try and keep it together, but like anywhere it hits, it's just ground through. So I think what I'll do is fix all this up and put some bulk in behind it with glass and whatnot, just to give it something to wear through if it hits. You can see here, this is a big piece that's smashed out, so I don't know if I want to take this line along here as sort of my top edge of the lip, and then I make a bit under the bottom with foam or whatever and sort of just curve up from here. I'm looking at this curve and this curve and seeing if I can kind of replicate it in here to bring myself up to that level. I don't know yet. Probably what I'll do is I'll get these all fixed and sand all the excess off them, and then I'll just hang it on the car and just see where it sits. Whereas like the entire under tray I'm gonna have to make because it's gone. It just got blown apart. I'm thinking what I'll do is pin, there's two corners here that are actually still connected like they should be, so I'll pick a distance between those, that one and that one over there, pick a distance between them, and make a, all I need to know is that distance, and then I can pull a piece of string line and that'll keep the curve of the thing where it should be, so I can fabricate what I need to do. Yeah, so once I get this done, so it needs to be made along the bottom and mounting points, so I can make an under tray to come up from underneath, bolt up to the front of the car, bolt up to the front of this, and keep it happy so it doesn't jiggle around, and then when they hit the next screw, then they'll smash off. Step one, so all the cracks have been glassed up and braced in behind. There is a little misshape of that front bar through here, but it's so smashed up that I can't really fix that. Good news is, I mean, it fits pretty good, goes on nice. It's an autech bar, so it's expected to. I need to fix up the mounting in here because it's buggered. I need to fix the guard on the other side because it got dented when the roo hit. I think I'll bring this lip. I've got this smashed bit here, and I think I'll actually come up above that and come across sort of here. So I'll do a tape line and near where this tape line is and trim all that back. Then when I get over here, I think I'll just curve down from here under this point. So it'll just be a little thing. I'll do that cut and then we'll have a look at it. I think overall it's going to be toit like a toiger. I think that's it. So it's a tad skinnier in the middle here, sort of thickens out towards the edge and then ducks away just there at the same time as that inside edge goes up. So we have a look at it down here. So that's me front lip. So that should stop, hopefully stop it getting smashed so much. Just lifts it up that bit. But what I'll do is I'll glue some polystyrene onto the back edge of that and just bulk it out and then round off the bottom and make it all sweet, and then glass it, and that polystyrene can stay in there and it'll add some strength to that bottom lip. While I'm doing that, I will add a bunch of up and unders for bolting points to mount up, but I think that's going to work well. Sweet. Alright, got polystyrene just epoxied into place to give me a lip. Rules of bodywork is that there needs to be a 5mm radius, so about your thumb radius on everything. You can't have sharp edges, so these here are all rounded. They work this stuff into the styling of a vehicle usually. Got this big lip down the bottom here and I want to bring it up considerably to avoid it being smashed. So this is actually up here, especially at the front, is much higher than the original lip. It would have been way down here sort of thing. So I've glued this foam into place. It always amazes me, once it's glued in a bunch of places, it's quite strong. So the plan is to smooth this and give us a nice little sort of rounded just lip and a bit of backup all the way across, make it all nice and smooth right the way over, and then I'll sand all of this lip hard here, everything to sort of this line, and fiberglass a lip around so that it's strong and protected, and I can put a lot of glass on the bottom if I want, like a few layers, and give it actually, you know, something to smash off over time. I'm hoping by pulling the lip back that, you know, I'm up at least 50mm from where it was before. It'll be here. So if we look at this distance over here, I'm actually probably about that much, about 50, I don't know. These things had a pretty low front lip. The autech kit is like, it's big and it holds a lot of shape and a lot of presence, but the front lip juts forward quite a bit, so I've removed that a bit as well. So just hoping it doesn't get smashed off as quick. But I'll make a plate sort of that'll run, I don't know the length of the bottom, but definitely through this middle section here. Make a metal plate that'll have points in it for mounting, because I need to mount a new under tray, and it'll give it the give it some strength and you know, just the ability to hang on to something. But I can incorporate that into all of this fiberglass work. So cannot recall the last video I shot on this. Just doing my last couple of little repairs on these corners that I found cracked. The thing mounts, it sits really good. I have made a new stone tray, so that's some polycarbonate, like a core flute polycarbonate, fibreglassed on. Up here you can see it's epoxied on. It's flexible, but it gives the bar structure front to back, so it'll stop it getting pushed that way by the air or by fucking whatever people decide to hit. Could be good, could be bad, but a bit more support, so hopefully it helps it stay put. I'm just smoothing things off before I give it its first coat of primer. Well, I spent about a good 10 minutes looking for the lid to this, right? I was like, fuck, where is it? Yeah. Anywho, bar looks a lot better with everything one colour. I think it's going to do the job. Plan was to maybe throw some white on it and put it back on the car and drive it for a bit just to see sort of if it rattles loose or if anything else happens, but I can already see a bunch of things that are going to need fixed, so I think I'll give it a sand and another coat before I do that. It's really come out pretty good, like all the repairs through here, you can't even tell they were done. This one's okay, the other side of that corner's pretty shit. This has got a few little, like just little bobbles through it, but I think a block out with the primer will be enough. This one over here is a little worse, there's some grinds through here, you can even see them right there. There you go. I think that's just where I took a lot of the material away in order to be able to get the fiberglass layer below the paint. Whereas this bit up here is like, it's pretty good, there's nothing in there. You can see this one's dodgy up in here. All of this came up pretty nice. There's a couple of pinholes I'll need to sort. There's a lot of scratches longitudinally in it, because to get the glass down to level I used a belt sander. I think once it's all said and done and all together, it's going to look pretty good. Plan is to mask off the tip about here and black stone guard under the bottom there, just to give it something more to smash off. Yeah, overall good, but I will spend some time and do a block and another coat of undercoat, and then I'll paint it white, and then I'll go actually get the colour matched properly, because I've got to do both rear quarters as well. Both rear corners, sorry, of the bar. One of them is in the quarter panel as well. More Stagea fun. I've just used a heat gun to pull out this massive dent and fold that was in the rear bar. Rear bar is made of normal ABS plastic, so I can treat it with heat, and I could staple it and shit if I needed to, or plastic weld it, unlike the front bar, which is not. So able to fix that, which is good. I'll give that a sand and a little skim of some filler just to clean it up, and then that one can get paint. And also used it just to pull the vast majority of this hardcore dent out. I'll just have to block that back and a little bit of filler on the corner, and then I can touch up both these corners of the car and get the front bar painted. Still need to fix the front right guard. This section here, which was buckled in the accident, need to fix it, so I'll get onto that. So I think when you're fixing stuff, there's like a threshold that you cross when you start, instead of spending 1 hour to get a certain result, you start spending a shitload of hours to get a little result. There's two brackets, one here and one the other side. In order to build this and put it in place, it's literally an angled piece of steel that took 5 seconds to cut up. Fitted a captive, one of those rubber ones in the back here, so I can bolt the guard in, because the guard, this all was smashed when kangaroos were contacted with. But in order to put this here, I have to remove this, which is a fluid reservoir for the wiper washers. Now that's one bolt there. You want to guess where the other two fucking are? Right fucking in down here, somewhere over the back here. My hand's all, yeah, like this, but I fucking got it done. God damn it. sparkling like it should. Nice clear headlights. All the damage is all repaired. Put these little bad boys in. Still needs a wash and still needs a buff, but this is it. Prickles.